Welcome to the Bit Parlor where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Oh wait, wrong show. We got Trevor here for a guest and Eli's here. Don't know for how long, he might stick for the whole thing. And got me and Travis.
How you doing?
If your jokes stay like that, I might leave earlier.
Aw, thanks. So we got some topics here, and we don't actually, when I say we have topics, we don't have any topics at all. So for our first topic, we'll start off with the EA CEO resigning. John Riccitiello or something. I have
Riccitiello.
Riccitiello. Thank you.
Maybe John Madden can take it over.
Yeah, let's see how far EA will go now, even though that John Riccitiello resigning is not going to do much.
Yeah, I don't. He's
I was
just
going to
taking
say, this is your department, Travis.
he's taking the blame for their stock drop since '08 or whenever he took over. Yeah, he's a douchebag, but they're probably going to replace him with another NBA douchebag who's probably going to be worse.
Yeah,
Whatever.
most likely.
Can't be worse than Activision.
Actually, I find that EA is worse than Activision.
I have to agree with Colin on this. There was a small window right after Riccitiello got hired when they were putting out stuff like the first Dead Space and Mirror's Edge, and everybody's like, "Hey, what the fuck happened to EA? They're like becoming awesome." And
yeah,
then
they jumped on the whole Mass Effect train, and well,
and then everything went to shit, and everybody's like, "I guess they just wanted to see who could be the bigger douchebag of a company."
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Fucking A. At least Activision, you buy a product, they are going to give you a product. They don't try to mince about with always online horse shit and.
oh
they'll
yeah,
get
and another thing is,
but they're going to send $150 of DLC with it.
oh no, at least frickin' Activision doesn't make you have an online pass. That way, if you don't have to spend the extra $15 to play Call of Duty online, everything on Call of Duty is optional. You don't have to buy that DLC, but if you want to, you can. If you want to buy the game used, you
$15
can.
on a
But
pass. What are you referencing?
Mass Effect, Battlefield 3.
What do you mean Mass Effect? I don't pay crap for Mass Effect.
Oh no,
If-
Mass Effect
if-
3 Online Pass. It's what you have to hook up with your Origin account on Xbox. If you don't buy Mass Effect 3 brand new, you can't play the multiplayer because the code. Otherwise, you'll have to pay like $15 for the online pass.
Oh, I didn't know this. See, I got this for free, so I was like, oh man, EA, yeah, woo!
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of dirty.
Yeah. Now you see why I find Activision isn't that bad because there's no online passes with.
Wait
Call
a
of
minute,
Duty.
wait a minute. Like, even though Mass Effect 3 is a travesty to single-player gaming, the multiplayer is solid. So why wouldn't you just buy Mass Effect 3, get your pass for free, and play Mass Effect 3 online?
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about like you can buy Mass Effect 3 for like $20 for brand new right now.
Ooh.
And yeah,
See, that's not the point. I bought the fucking game. I don't
Brand
want to
new.
spend another
When it was
10
released.
minutes. Oh, I got to put a fucking code in because you think you want $10 more out of people. No, fuck you. Put out a game that's worth it, and I will buy it. That's how this business works.
Yeah, but once you have that, like, and here's where I'm going to argue it. Once you have that pass, the DLC's free. So, would I rather spend $15 on each piece of DLC or one pass to get the DLC?
well,
It's
Battlefield
not
3,
not
for
free.
example, Battlefield.
They still want a microtransaction up. You can still fucking pay to win Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. It's
You're playing.
scummy.
Hold on, you're playing against the AI the entire time. Like, if you're playing against other people and you're getting into Planet Side 2 and stuff like that, yeah, I've got a big problem with pay-to-win things. But you're playing against the freaking computer. Like, and if that's actually one of the sad things about Mass Effect 3, because once you get to a certain point, you're like baller and you really have no reason to play anymore. Like, it's kind of like running on a treadmill or masturbation. There's really no point at the end of it.
That's terrible. Well,
was
just
pretty-
like I actually want to play the Mass Effect 3 DLC, the single player DLC, because it actually looks decent. Now, anyone can say that Mass Effect 3, the single player, was terrible. I disagree. The single player, exactly. The single player up to the ending is great. Up to the ending. Now, when the ending gets there, it's bad. Now, I will say I like BioWare because they actually they listened to the community and at least tried to fix it. Now, it may not have been the perfect ending and everyone wanted, but at least they listened to the community, and you don't get that out of a lot of companies.
Well, and this is true, but then again, you don't have the massive outcry with some games like you did with Mass Effect 3. Like, yes, it's cool that they tried to fix it. No, they didn't fix it.
But hey, at least they tried.
They tried, and I'll give them half of the respect that I think that they should deserve for that. But at the same time, if you're going to create something that creates that big of an outcry, you did something wrong in the first place, and you got to own up to that.
Out of the ending in the first place is probably the problem.
Well, and I'll argue that, even taking the writer out of it, like the writers and stuff that were in it did a great job.
It was the main writer itself. The main writer was all up there until they just sort of kicked him out for writing the ending.
We've gone on our giant Mass Effect rants, and I know that the audio that got scrapped last week had more of it in it, but long story short, Mass Effect 3 is not the greatest travesty to ever happen to gaming, although it is one of the most public. Like, there are games that have been absolutely terrible, and I'm not sure why they were produced, but hey, they tried anyway. Mass Effect 3 at least did really good with their sales.
What do you say, Trevor?
Duke Nukem.
Don't get Travis started. He actually bought the limited edition.
I do have the.
Oh.
He has the what is it, like $100 special edition?
Yeah, it was like 80, I think.
Unfortunately, you can't polish a turd.
Do you light cigarettes with $100 bills, or is it
no? It was
came across it.
It was kind of like, you know what? I have to. How can I not? This game's been in development for 800 years. I gotta have this. I mean, come on.
I've come to understand any game that's been in development hell, you should not buy.
I know. I knew it was going to be crap going in.
Too Human, for example.
Oh, Too Human. Oh my. Games that I bought at release day and later regretted. See, like I just said, there are greater travesties to gaming. And who in the hell thought it was a great idea to have this great item dropping system akin to Diablo 2 and, well, it was before this, but, Borderlands, but only make the multiplayer you and one other person? Like, let's get away from the fact that the gameplay was total shit. Let's start on how that game effed up. And let's go with two-player multiplayer. Who the heck plays two-player multiplayer? You know what two-player multiplayer is? Tennis. When's the last time you sat down and watched tennis? That's
the last
what I
time
thought.
I played the Wii.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Wii Sports isn't real sports, though.
Well, Wii Sports is still fun, though. When it first came out, it was still a blast.
Wii bowling gave me fake aspirations of real bowling.
Wii bowling almost punched me in the head once, but that's another story.
Wii bowling is pretty awesome.
Oh, no, actually, when I met my wife, one of the first dates I was on, we played Wii bowling over at her friend's house, and she had this crazy backswing and didn't have the wrist strap on. Like, I thought the wrist strap was dumb because I thought, if you throw your remote at your television, that's your fault. I didn't even think about the backwards motion. Like, people sitting behind you are in danger if you don't use that strap. You endanger everyone's life. And I actually ducked behind a pillow. And
nice.
They thought it was funny. I'm like, man, this girl's trying to kill me. I'm not that competitive. Well, I take that back. I punched a guy in the face for Halo 2 once.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you gotta tell me this. I have to hear this.
Well, I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but we were all playing split screen, and I kind of punched this guy in the arm every time he killed me, like I was just trying to be a jerk. And so the people behind me were laughing because half the time I'd hit him in the shoulder, other times I was making gestures at his face like I was going to knock him out. And he turned around one time to laugh in my face, and I just happened to be making a punching gesture, and I totally clocked him in the nose. Like, I laid my fist into his face.
Aww.
And I apologized I didn't stop playing, but I apologize. And I did win that
A
match.
true dedicated player.
Oh, jeez. Me and Halo used to be a thing.
Oh, well, Halo can still be a thing if they... I won't say Halo 4 is
No.
bad. Halo 4 actually got very good amount of frickin' reviews and player. There's so much player dedication into that.
You're going to have to rename the website Eli Complains About Video Games if you keep this up.
That's originally what the whole thing was going to be for Travis.
Well, Travis is like the kind of like the ref in this because he has more information and knowledge regarding sales and business end of video gaming. I'm just an angry gamer.
I'll let you rant on Halo. I know nothing about Halo except Halo 4. They might as well have named it like Metroid Prime 4 because it kind of is.
Other M.
Well, it's like they took
wait. You gotta get punched in the face.
Yeah.
No. I didn't directly refer to the title.
You still said
The Voldemort of gaming.
The Voldemort 2010. You said Voldemort 2010, and you getting punched in the face for it.
I think we can let it slide.
I guess.
Right, let's play some Halo. I'll punch you back. But no, Halo 4, from a dedicated Halo fanboy opinion, it is different, and we all know how gamers react to different. We
Not
hate it.
well.
No, we don't. And the thing is that I understand that I'm an older gamer now because there is a larger adaptation to gaming. In fact, Colin and I were talking about this the other night. Super Metroid is my favorite game of all time. Same with you, Travis, correct?
Yep, it is.
Okay. So, what would be your second favorite game of all time?
Final Fantasy VI, probably.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And that's actually a perfect example. When did those games come out?
1994. Both of them. No, FF6 was 93. I'd have to look it up. It's 93, 94.
You're fine.
I was 12, so yeah.
You're on the same line of thinking I am. They're older games, right? We're talking 90s.
Yeah.
So,
-4.
if video game wowed us back in the 90s, why in the hell are we still playing video games? Mind blow.
We're searching for it again.
Exactly, and that's what Colin had said whatever night we talked.
I think that was actually last night, maybe.
It might have been last night. Yeah, because I was playing the Pit. I was really addicted. That game sucks, by the way. Like, I'm going to do a review on it because it needs done, but I will say that it is not my favorite game I've ever played.
It's not his favorite game, but
I can't stop playing it. Like, I don't like it. I don't understand why I do it. It's like...
it's a love-hate relationship.
No, it's not even a love-it. It's a hate relationship, but I can't beat the game.
So you come back for more.
It's like playing Guitar Hero all over again. I can't beat this song, so I'm going to try and try and try. But anyway, back to my whole thing on Halo. Like, I loved the original Halo. In fact, I dissed the original Halo to begin with, and Trevor will account for that. There were numerous bus stop incidents where I claimed that Perfect Dark was a better game than Halo.
Because it was.
Well... We could debate that now, but anyway, I will say the N64 would have been more successful with the second joystick, even though it was insanely successful anyway. But Halo 2 was great, minus the single-player ending, but it really put the multiplayer on the map. It took a step further than the original Halo did, which was needed. Halo 3 was great because it kind of had a blend of both great storyline and great multiplayer.
Oh, and it didn't end when you thought it was the friggin' last level.
Well, yeah, but I already addressed that. Here's the other problem I'm running into. So we've had so many Halo spin-offs in between Halo Wars and ODST.
Halo
Reach, which I spent money on the Legendary Edition.
Halo Reach is to Duke Nukem, like, with Travis. That's what Halo Reach was for Eli. And no, Eli got the legendary $150 Halo Reach.
He still has the figurines, and where is the game?
Oh, I don't know. I think
It got scratched by a person that you let borrow it, and you didn't even give a crap about it.
Yeah, I actually owned the game for a week and lent it to a friend, and I kind of forgot I owned it.
You forgot. We beat it in one night.
I'm sorry. Just realized I got the enemy skill Trine from the Materia Keeper. I'm playing FF7. Sorry.
He's playing it on his advanced emulator.
Yep, my Vita, my PS1 portable.
That's fine. I'm trying to avoid picking up the pit. Like, I'm kind of staring at my laptop like, oh, I could just click over to Steam. But anyway, so I guess Reach and Halo 4 have solidified for me that the entire Halo franchise is going in another direction. They've started their second trilogy. I don't have anything really positive to say about Halo 4, except the multiplayer was kind of fun. They have a few different...
Kind of fun, everyone loves it.
I like it. I wouldn't say I love it, just because every game I play now has an ability to aim down my sights, and Halo still hasn't given that to me. And not that that's like the end-all to gaming, but I always... Now I throw grenades at people and punch them in the face with them, instead of like actually firing my weapon when I should. So I like Halo's multiplayer. I'm so not used to their style. I think they're starting to become a little outdated. And for those of you that have not played the storyline and are considering purchasing the game, if you have read any of the books, and I mean any of the lore that's considered official Xbox prequel storyline, whatever, it doesn't follow it. And I have a real
That's why Eli hates Reach.
I just don't... Actually, I hate the entire Halo franchise now, because what they've done is they've released these great storylines. In fact, the two books done by Eric Nunlin, if you've not read them, First Strike and Fall of Reach, are great novels. Even if you don't play a lot of first-person shooters, they actually have some good backstory. And John, or Master Chief, Spartan 117, whatever you want to call him, I mean, he's got an incredible backstory. There's actually a little bit of personality to him that you don't see in the game. But if you read the books, like it plays out a little bit better. It makes him seem a little more real. But they don't care anymore. They don't really want to follow that storyline. And I think that they missed out on an opportunity. I haven't been that let down by a storyline since... Oh, do you guys remember what that game for the original Xbox was that had like the $1 million prize attachment to it, and it was supposed to be like a trilogy, but it never got finished?
No.
Oh my
Let me
gosh.
Google it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, and I'm sure these guys are going to pop it up here in a second, but it was actually a really cool story about how Earth basically gets destroyed, and there are 2 humans left. And they end up getting pulled into this war, and it's a little buggy. Like, I'm not going to say that it's the greatest game on Earth, but the storyline was so compelling, and I'm really sad they didn't end it. And the storyline was actually done by, I want to say the guy that did Blade Runner, but I know I'm not right. Or, I don't know. It's another classic sci-fi series. Here I am running in without all the facts I need. But
Well, I Googled it, and the first thing that came up was destroy all humans.
destroy you.
I miss that game.
Sigh.
I'm going to look it up, because I can't leave that one hanging. It was such a good game. Anyway, I'll do that while you guys talk.
Okay, so we got Deus Ex Human Revolution coming to the Wii U.
If they put it up for $20, I will buy the shit out of it to play good versions of those boss battles.
Yeah, if they actually fix the boss battles, I would gladly buy it for the Wii U, because the boss battles just suck so much. I was fighting Barrett, I think it was 2 weeks ago when I was playing Deus Ex, and just, jeez, it was so terrible. Like, then I realized, oh, since I have the Augmented Edition, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm playing on PC, but when you get the Augmented Edition, it comes with, I think it's called a controlled mine or something, whatever you want to call it, detonation mine, and like, I was like, oh, I have these, so I just like pop it out. Yes, you're dead.
Yeah, the original boss battles in Deus Ex were outsourced, and it shows. They're terrible.
Yeah, I think Deus Ex doesn't even need boss battles. I hope they don't put boss battles in the next game. I know they registered a new website for Deus Ex, or at least the domain name.
Yeah, that's probably the movie, not a game. But
I would hope it's based on Adam Jensen.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I don't
no,
know.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Oh, it's fine. I think it was like a Human Defiance or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Thou shalt defy.
I really
Thou shalt
want a
defy.
sequel to Revolution, and I think they can actually pull it off. It's just they need to not put in boss battles.
I wouldn't mind boss battles if they would stick true to the Deus Ex, theme of, you want to go around him and completely bypass this fight, knock yourself out.
It'd be pretty cool if you could get them to kill each other.
Well, they're not in the same area, so you'd have to pull them pretty far.
Yeah, but
But-
you could totally pull like a Final Fantasy gig and make them into summons.
Come on, they've done epic WoW kites, taking dragons from one area completely to another.
Yeah, but just you have to go across. You would have to, let's see, from the first boss to the second is like 50 or so loads. So
Oh, if we're talking
Nice.
about, yeah, I mean,
Hey,
like back
That's
in,
called determination.
well, like right when Wrath of the Lich King came out, and Travis actually played WoW a lot, like I did.
Mhm. Hey, I played WoW for about 2 years.
Before Burning Crusade even came out.
I escaped
Yeah.
unscathed.
Hey, you've been afflicted by Minecraft.
Minecraft
had
is
my
nothing
attention
like
for a
WoW.
while, but actually, I'm going to say the closest thing I've ever come to WoW status was probably either Halo 3, or I'm going to say in the same genre, Diablo 2.
ooh, Diablo 2. Get some
Mm,
quality
you were
hours in that.
on Halo 3.
Travis actually gave me the Diablo 2 code because all of his friends actually had the code in the first place. Like,
Dude,
hey,
I am such a Diablo 2 fanboy that I will totally hop on with you later. Like, that's fine. I'll go back to Diablo 2. I don't
Yeah.
care that it's old.
Yeah, I gave Colin I got the Diablo 2 and Lords of Destruction codes that came with the Diablo 3
collectors.
collectors because I already had both those on my BNet account.
Nice.
And I was like, here's something from before you were born.
Yeah. You're a young.
Gosh.
By the way,
Oh,
back
wait,
when I was
Diablo
talking
3
with-
came
yeah.
out in like not Diablo 3. Diablo 2 came out in like 2001, didn't it?
No, I
So
think
you were
eight.
no, it was summer 2000.
Yeah, it's summer 2000. Yeah, it came out 2 years after I was born.
I'm thinking StarCraft. I think.
Yeah,
StarCraft
Colin,
was
have you ever
96.
played StarCraft, the original one?
Oh, wait, have I?
Yes, the original.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. You're saved.
Well,
Your childhood hasn't been an entire waste.
well,
Just
why
with
do you
the-
I just actually finished Heart of the Swarm today, and I thought it was very well done. I was sort of sad to like see spoilers, guys, because I know you guys aren't going to play it. I want to say spoilers to the audience, and you may want to skip this part for the next few minutes. But Kerrigan actually Kerrigan turns back into
Oh,
Hey.
human. Yeah.
well,
Don't what?
Trailer. Yeah, that's in
Kerrigan
the
turns
trailer.
no, wait, just
Isn't
listen.
it?
Kerrigan turns into human in Wings of Liberty at the end of the game, and
Mm-hmm.
then in Heart of the Swarm, she
Turns back into a Zerg.
yeah, Primal Zerg to be exact.
Yeah, that's all in the trailer.
Which I did not watch for that reason.
Yeah, same here. I didn't want to. I didn't want the story to be spoiled for me. It
Yep.
it looked awesome. I loved the ending cinematic where like Kerrigan looks like she's just about to die, and like Raynor just jumps in there and just like holds him by Manx by his neck and just like throws him right across the window.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment.
And
Did
the-
they bring back Dark Archons?
No,
No.
Dark Archons are OP, but the Zerg have have defilers, and you know how it used to be you had to remain hooked into a unit to control it with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they spit a parasite that you just get the unit, bam, and
Nice.
it's just. I haven't tried to take over a peon of the opposing guys, so you know how you used to be able to build 3.
Build, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet, so I don't know if that works. But I doubt it.
By the
that-
way, short little blip. The game I was talking about earlier for the Xbox was Advent Rising, and it's actually
Oh yeah, I see it right now.
It had a lot of Ender's Game influences with it as
Mm.
well.
I've
That-
never played Ender.
Ender's Game is a book.
yeah, I was gonna say.
I've heard from a couple sources that they are considering making an Ender's Game movie series.
That's 100% factual,
Mhm.
but it will. I don't know how well it'll go because one, Orson Scott Card is a complete shitbag. And
Is
I'll
he?
say, yeah, he is. And studios are not going to want to put a movie with 9-year-olds doing things like talking about rape
Yeah, that's true.
and jerking off. They won't have some of those scenes from like.
Yes, but is that really like necessary to the story?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, I have not read it, so I mean, don't like.
I wouldn't say 100%, but it's definitely like it shows you that these children are not children, and that's kind of the whole point of the book.
Is that they're raised to be basically war machines, and that's it.
like Ender and like the relationship he has with his brother, I can't remember his name, Peter, I think,
Mhm.
who actually turns out to be a really cool dude in the end.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about because
I recommend reading the book. I will not associate myself with anything Orson Scott Card going forward.
So nothing like Speaker of the Dead or anything like that.
It would be very hard for me to actually buy anything of his now.
Mm.
Like, I'm kind of glad. I'm really glad that DC fired his ass and shit canned that Superman story that he was going to do.
I'm super excited for the new Superman movie. Man of Steel. Christopher Nolan's producing it. I mean,
If it was anything like the new Spider-Man, then I'll be okay with it.
the new Spider-Man was really decent.
It was okay, but seriously, dude, does anybody on Earth not know the Spider-Man origin story? Did we need to spend an hour on that shit in that movie?
Well, yeah, a lot of people seriously, a lot of people have no idea. Like a lot of people.
Wait, hang on now. Kid's a nerd, gets beat up, gets bitten by spider. He's a spider superhero. All right, that was like what, 8 seconds?
Yeah.
Like they fit it into the theme song space of every Spider-Man cartoon. We didn't need to spend an hour on it in the movie. That's all I'm saying.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
good.
And now, abbreviated superhero stories with your host, Travis.
Travis Brody.
Superman, he's born. The end.
Yeah, Superman, Jesus superhero comes to Earth.
In tights.
Not Jesus, Christ figure is the word I was looking for.
I seriously think this needs
I
to
don't
be a
remember the
segment
part
of
in the
every
Bible
podcast.
to where Jesus went to another planet and
Superman is is a son, the last son sent to mankind to save them from themselves.
Oh, okay, I can kind of see that.
With a omnipotent father figure he can't really talk to.
Okay, I get the reference.
Yeah, it's rife with, and it just got worse as the years went on. Like, cause like there was a little bit of it when Schuster and Siegel were writing it back in the 30s. Then you had the 50s, it got worse, and then in the 80s, they're like, all right, bam, 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 bam.
And thine Superman hath cometh down to slay thine evil villains.
Yeah, he's always like posing. You know how he does that stand where he's got his feet kind of like on top of each other, like when he's floating.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, things like that.
I seriously think this needs to be a segment where like Travis just like does like a superhero story in literally like 10 seconds.
Well, no, actually, we did a report on a mythology class.
Love mythology.
I love mythology too. But if you take a look at mythology, and current stories, we were asked to find a comparison, and everyone in the class was losing it. Like, oh, we can't find a comparison, and blah blah blah. I found a direct comparison. If you take the historical data from the Mirrodin and some of the mythology, and you take a look at Halo and the Spartans and their mythology, it's not like, oh, okay, it's kind of similar. It's almost directly translated.
Yep.
And so, yeah, the Superman thing, I buy that. I really do. Like, and shoot, that's what makes money. Like, I even really hate to reference this, but, you know, Eminem's gone on record in his song saying, using past things to make money. Like,
to use
There
black music so selfishly.
and use it to get
myself wealthy. Hey.
There's a concept word.
Okay, we're not singing.
No, we're not.
Yeah, no,
Well,
no.
that's the same thing with, you know that Star Wars, a lot of the original Star
Fortress.
Wars was actually taken from an Icelandic myth.
Really?
Yeah, and the movie is almost almost a shot for shot love letter to Hidden Fortress with droids and lightsabers instead of bumbling idiots and samurai.
While we're on Star Wars, might as well talk about Star Wars 7.
I don't know anything about Star Wars 7.
Okay, all we really know about Star Wars 7 right now is that a lot of J.J. Abrams actually wants some of the older casts into the Star Wars 7, but as older actors, I believe.
As in, Harrison Ford is coming back as Han Solo.
Right, and Carrie Fisher said that she was going to be in it, then she took back her claim.
That's just such a terrible damn idea.
Yeah.
Like, does anybody want to see Mark Hamill doing anything?
No.
On if
no.
if I see him on screen, I'm gonna be like, why the hell is the Joker talking out of this old short guy?
I'm gonna be like, why is Cockknocker here?
Yes, that's what I was just about to say.
Oh,
I had completely forgotten he'd done that.
I haven't been able to remove that from my brain. Because I didn't believe it. I remember we had a thing called Inappropriate Movie Night, so that's where I got to see the American Pie series and stuff like that. And when that popped up, I was like, I know this guy. And the worst part was, I stared at the screen. I'm like, I know him. Oh my gosh. No! No!
$50, little man, put that shit in my hand. If the money doesn't show you owe me, oh.
What did we say about singing?
Okay, so we're gonna need a different podcast to let Colin sing, and it will amount to 0 downloads.
Exactly.
That's not true. Stuff always gets downloaded.
Yeah, that's right.
Remix him, and then that will get downloaded.
Say what?
He'll get remixed, and then that will be downloaded.
There you go.
No, I would download that.
You would download your own self singing? Why don't you
Yes.
just sing to yourself?
I would download my remix of myself singing.
Well, why don't you just... Never mind.
Colin's sitting on his hand right now. He's preparing for later.
Yep, exactly.
Whatever. You know what that's called? That's called auto-tune. Grab an auto-tune device and just sing to yourself. That's what a remix sounds like.
And Colin would first start with Thrift Shop. Don't sing it.
I will end you, Colin. I'm not that far away from you.
Neither's Trevor. And I'm sure, Travis is around 4 hours away, so I'm sure he'd drive over too.
No.
That's
Happier.
No. That's fine. What if I paid for your gas and Waffle House, Travis? Would that be worth it?
If you promise that there's no Waffle House.
Oh,
What?
You don't like Waffle House?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I love fingernails in my food.
I don't like the
your
Waffle
food?
House.
You love pubic hair in your food. What?
Hey, I didn't talk about McDonald's. I talked about Waffle House.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Oh, Colin and your Spanish.
And I'm going to kill you. Like, I probably shouldn't go on record saying I'm going to end you, but I kind of just did. So if he ends up, like, in a pit, so I didn't do it. I may have paid someone to do it, but I didn't do it.
What do you think, in 10 years, what do you think he'll be doing? I think he'll be in a ditch.
10 years. Where will I be in 10 years? In fact, what video games do you guys think you'll be playing in 10 years? There's a good
Zelda.
10 years, I will be playing
Zelda.
Super Mario Deluxe HD Edition with Superstars. That's what I'll be playing.
Yeah, so Travis, along the Zelda thing, Colin and I were talking recently, and he was talking about how there's basically 3 Zeldas per timeline, and they've got a really good balance. And I'm like, do you really think they're going to stop making Zeldas because they have 3 games per timeline? No.
Ooh, wait, question. Which Zelda do you think would win in a fight with the other Zeldas? Like, what's the number 1 Zelda?
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. I mean, not Twilight Princess. Majora's Mask, because Fierce Deity.
Wait, hold on.
No. I'm not talking power-ups. I'm talking just straight Link.
Are you just talking? So, are we talking about a fight between Links, not the princess Zelda, who you referenced?
Yes.
Well, that's next, but
Okay.
go with Link first.
So Link.
I'd say Twilight Princess if it was just straight up Link. Now, if we were talking about power-ups, I would go straight up Majora's Mask Link as Fierce Deity.
If it's just Link,
And his Master Sword and Hylian Shield.
are they fighting in their own? Would they be conducting these fights in their own universes, like in their own games?
As opposed to what? Like, what are you thinking?
Are we talking like, Final Destination, no items, or in their various
Final
titles?
Destination, no items.
Okay. Twilight Princess. He's probably like the hardest core of them all.
Yeah. Like the whole thing with the
And
Lake
one-
Hylia and Twilight
first-
Princess. That was so messed up. Like, that gave me some chills.
Oh, creepy.
Who would die first?
Who would die first? I would say
Toon-
Toon Link.
Yeah, Toon Link. Toon Link's gonna go.
I would have
Like,
to say.
don't get me wrong. I liked Wind Waker, but dude's a wimp.
Say that again, Travis.
I'm thinking about it. That's a hard one because I've played a lot of Zelda.
Well, wait. What about Four Swords Zelda? Does that actually count in any?
No, that's not a real game.
Because they'd all fight each other and kill each other at the same time. Pretty. Except Purple. Purple would die first.
I'm gonna go with Link's Awakening. Link would probably be the first to die.
Aww.
I agree.
My favorite Zelda because
I have a reason. I do have a reason.
Okay, go for it.
He would be sitting there hitting B, wondering why the hell he wasn't attacking, and he forgot to re-equip his sword.
Yes.
What the fuck am I jumping for?
I've got to take a step back. Like, okay, I think Toon Link would die first, but I would have to say the most hardcore Link. I'm gonna go with what was it, Link's Adventures or Zelda 2 or whatever the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He just, like, some of the stuff he goes through, like, I want to say Twilight Princess, but I can't. Like, no enemies in Twilight Princess are completely frickin' invisible. Like, you don't have to run through a giant pit of lava and swamp and stuff just to get to Ganon. That guy's, or it wasn't even Ganon. He had to fight himself at the end of the thing, not to mention the stupid Phoenix thing.
Oh,
Guy's a badass.
But they're easy. The Shadow Link fight in Zelda 2, you crouch on the left side and stab forward, and he keeps walking
really
into
easy.
you. The Phoenix, you cast one. You bring enough magic and you cast the lightning spell.
Yeah, but we're not.
And he's done.
While we're at it, let's go ahead and say our favorite Zelda games, because and you can't say Ocarina of Time either, due to the fact that Ocarina of Time is the most well-known best Zelda game to everyone else. So
That's
besides,
just like saying, what's your favorite Led Zeppelin song? Oh, Stairway to Heaven. No.
exactly.
The answer to the best Led Zeppelin song is a two-way tie between Kashmir and Immigrant Song.
I personally like When the Levee Breaks.
That's a good track, but
I would
it's
go
not
for
about
Immigrant
Vikings.
Songs.
It's not about Vikings, but it has badass harmonica.
That's true. It's not about Vikings, and there's no mention of like Mordor.
This is true. Or the Misty
Badass.
Mountains.
Yeah.
Things I never thought that would go together.
Okay, so everyone's favorite is Zelda.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah, we got Trevor's.
Okay, Travis,
Link to the Past. It's not even. It's not. There's not a contest there.
Eli,
Twilight Princess.
Majora's Mask.
And I actually have to say Twilight Princess over Ocarina of Time.
Now
I think it is the hands down best because it incited so many other emotions other than just, oh, I feel cool. Like, I had excitement, a slight depression when my friends kept getting captured because I was annoyed and upset at the same time. Not to mention the Hylia thing was creepy. I've never been
the Lake Hylia
game. Well, I take that back, except for the water temple. Because something about mutated clams just gets me.
Now, I got to correct myself from our first podcast we did. I said something around, like, for Majora's Mask, like, they had, like, X amount of time to do this, and I didn't say why they had that amount of time. What I originally said was, it was just because of the GameCube coming out soon. Actually, the real reason why was, Shigeru Miyamoto wanted to make Ura Zelda, or however you'd say it, which is an expansion to Ocarina of Time, and Eiji Aonuma wanted to make a complete new Zelda game. So Shigeru gave Eiji Aonuma exactly 1 year to make a Zelda game that, within 1 year, make a Zelda game, and if they can pull it off, then, yeah, they won't do the expansion for Ocarina of Time. And, so it just became a sequel. And I think we can all agree that Majora's Mask was just in 1 year with everything they did, that is so impressive.
And it was a far cry from normal Zeldas because I didn't play it. Like, it's on record that I got stuck in the very beginning of the game, but it was so much darker. It had so much more life to it, and Ocarina is a classic. It plays more to the traditional Zeldas with, hey, here's the dungeons, here's this. And yeah, it had some storyline, but it's
no,
the
you're
same
wrong.
stuff.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Yes, exactly. And it had the annoying owl, too, from Link's Awakening. Whatever that thing's name is. I still want to take a shotgun and lay it upside its head.
Well, see, with Majora's Mask...
And I'm sorry, I've never seen an animal twist its head around that many times and still survive. The thing's possessed. It's possessed. It's not even like a...
Well, it literally is possessed because it's the light sage. It's the Temple of Time sage.
Yeah, but when's the last time you had a serious conversation with someone that twisted its frickin' neck around? I don't know about you, but I don't hang out with Emily Rose every frickin' day.
But what I was going to say was, with Majora's Mask, like you said, it's way darker than Ocarina of Time. And Ocarina of Time, we can all agree that it was a child's game to get any child into the Zelda series itself.
And guess what?
Anyone born around that time, yes.
It worked.
Yeah, and it worked. I'm not saying it was a bad idea either. Now, Majora's Mask, kids can play through that, but they wouldn't really understand anything really behind it, the dark stuff. For example, the little Deku, the huskless Deku that you see in the beginning when you turn to Deku Link. If you go and talk to the butler after you beat the Woodfall Temple and get the mask on, he says, you remind me of my son, who I haven't seen. He's disappeared. Majora's Mask, or if you would want to call it the imp, basically like killed the Deku scrub and to turn you into Deku Link, and that is just insanely sad.
It is sad, but here's the other thing, like, a lot of games have that, and that might be the first game that you remember seeing that in, but there are so many other games I go back and play, and I'm like, wow, I missed this. Like, why in the world would they have something this morbid inside of it? It's
and for amazing. Like a child's game, and like each mask you have, there's always this sort of like darkness to it, like just like the Goron mask, he wants to come back to life so he can save his people. You end up using the Song of Healing to make him not worry anymore, and he dies. Now, the Zora mask, he dies because I forget why he died. Travis, do you remember?
He drowned.
Yeah, he drowned. the guy with the guy with gills drowned. I don't remember why the Zord died. It's been
Yeah.
more years I'd like to admit since I played Majora's Mask.
Well, anyways, what I was just about to say was he was basically leaving behind a band that was going to play at the festival time.
Mm-hmm.
He was leaving behind his girlfriend.
And he overdosed. Sorry, I
Crack cocaine.
Oh, he was
Turtle cocaine.
Killed. He was injured trying to recover eggs that were stolen by the Gerudo pirates.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that was it. The eggs were his girlfriend's eggs, and
which he may or may not have been the father of.
How many Black Zoras are in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask?
Oh, really?
Wow.
You have to get racial. Like, it's already got the species thing going on. You're gonna get racial on it. Like
5 hell points to Colin.
Oh man, yeah, I actually have to allot hell points for that. That's Oh my gosh,
I'll take those hell points.
By the way, I'm going to throw this out here while we're on the subject of like really bad racism and things like that. What's the most morbid video game you guys have ever played?
Conker's Bad for a Day.
Oh, good one.
I don't know if that's morbid.
Mm.
Let's see, morbid.
GTA?
No, that's wacky.
Eli, do you have something?
Oh, I have, but I brought up the question. I'm going to finish her off.
Morbid. I'd probably have to say
morbid or dark. Did I
Final
just
no? It may be because I've been playing through it, but Final Fantasy VII, because it's not counting. This is before they made all the ancillary stuff afterwards. When it's this world ruined by a corporation. If you're not super wealthy, you're one of the huddled masses living in some dirt village or underneath this giant plate. And at the end, the way they ended the game before they put out the movies and the other shit when they realized, oh, hey, we can make a lot of money, was everybody on this planet was dead. They sacrificed themselves, turned themselves into essentially Mako to replenish the life stream. And that was really
okay.
Kind of like, ooh. Like
yeah,
I didn't realize it because I beat it that year it came out, and I didn't till the second or third time I played through it. And it's like it ends like kind of ambiguously like that, and then they just show like Red 13 chilling with the statue of his dad.
Right.
And the message they kind of give is the world has gone back to nature because all the humans are dead.
Well, and actually a good point on that too is that I know you mentioned, Colin, that the whole like Deku scrub and stuff like that, like you realized how morbid it was. The whole thing with Eris in Final Fantasy VII was like a big wake-up call for a lot of hardcore gamers. They were like, oh my gosh, like a main character can actually die. That was dark for its time.
Yeah, that was, I mean...
A lot of people didn't understand... Oh, I'm sorry, Travis, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty... it was a little messed up. It wasn't...
Well, I guess it was a little more messed up for me and my friends because I actually had a guy that was playing through it. He was one of my best friends. He's sitting there playing it, and like we talked about video games all the time. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm nearing the end of like Disc 1, I bet. Like I'm really kicking butt." And like like Eris is my favorite character because she's a total cutie and blah blah blah. And like I've leveled her up. She's got all my good equipment, and I put all my best materia on her. And yeah,
you get that back.
I know, but he didn't realize that at the time. Like, I remember the next day he came into school, and his face was like, dude, like, you could tell he grew up by, like, a year. Like, he went from being a little kid to, like, a young adult in the span of, like, 24 hours. It was really cool.
Oh, yeah, there were a lot of kids. Like, I think I was 15 when that game came out, but there were a lot of people, 10, 11, 9 who played through. There's 7 who were like, holy shit, what the hell just happened? Why didn't we use a Phoenix Down?
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of people really thought that
you can get like frickin' slashed and stabbed and magicked and everything else, but if you take a sword to the chest, you take a sword to the chest.
Well, see, it's funny because the Phoenix Down actually said that it's just if the character faints. It's not that if the person dies. The person doesn't die in battle; they just faint.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now. The tooltip for the Phoenix Down in Final Fantasy VII restores life.
Hmm.
They changed it in the later games is cures KO or removes unconscious, something like that. But this it says restores life, and I think they did that on purpose. Like I think they looked down the line and they're like, "Huh, let's do this. Let's be funny."
There was actually, if you guys don't already know, there's a if you don't, GameTrailers.com.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, there's a sort of series they do. It's monthly. It's called Pop Fiction. They go through all these video game myths, and one of the episodes were is it possible to actually bring Eris back to life? Like they go all the way to just talking to main game directors and such, and going through code and everything. It's really cool.
That is pretty cool. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, I think the recent one was, is there actually a way to see Lara Croft nude in the original Tomb Raiders? There was actually a secret code.
You can
Just like Samus in the original Super Smash Brothers.
I don't even.
They say what?
Samus in the original Super Smash Brothers. If you hit her with electricity from Pikachu, and if you pause it right at the exact moment, then she's naked.
Found it. Yep. I see it.
Yep.
Along with that, I'm getting a lot of nude naked Samus mods.
And Colin's gonna be gone for a little bit.
Be right back. I'm going to the restroom real quick. I will be right back.
Oh, I see what they did. They animate it they switch it from her normal texture to a bland human shape, like solid color, kind of a greenish, pinkish color. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, and the Durango specs got leaked on Video Game Leaks.
Let me guess. It's a more powerful system than the 360.
I actually got the full thing.
All right, read the specs off. I'll tell you what I think about them.
CPU is 8 cores, x64, 1.6 gigahertz. Let's see here. Data move engines, video codecs, audio codecs, 32 megabytes ES RAM. GPU is D3D 11X Plus at 800 megahertz, 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM, HDMI 1.4 output, a SPDIF output, a gigabit Ethernet port.
Mm-hmm.
Controllers, another HDMI port. Connect is going to come with every single system. It has a USB 3.0. It has a SATA 2.0 HDD.
Yay, 3.0.
And that's about it.
So, what that's basically PS3 with slower RAM. In fact, I would not be surprised if it's an AMD chip, right? Did they say?
I think Nvidia's trying to work with them. It's probably going to be AMD most likely.
If it's an AMD part, it might even be the exact same family of chip that is going in the PS3, if not the exact same chip.
Do you know if they've improved on their success ratings? Because the PS3, when it was originally being manufactured, they were actually only getting, I think, upwards of 25% success rate on punching the boards.
Oh,
processor boards.
AMD has excellent yields with.
Okay.
And these will be lower than they put out octo cores at 4 gigahertz. They'll have zero problem putting out 8 core APUs at 1.8.
Hmm.
And with the PS4 coming out, too, I think if if Microsoft can't impress, I'm definitely going PS4 this time, because I firmly believe that the Wii U is just it's going to rerun like the Wii did, except with new stuff they're actually putting digital content on, and we're not even going to go into that. But my real system, and don't get me wrong, I love my Wii U. It's probably going to be the PS4 if Microsoft can't impress, and I honestly will have to go with that because I was really impressed at the event Sony did.
Yeah, I mean, my system will be a PS4 if for nothing else, is I hate the Microsoft ecosystem. So,
Hmm.
but
What
I
you,
did.
I don't think Eli is here.
Yeah, it looks like Eli had to dip.
Yep.
Alright, it looks like Eli is going to be out for a bit. It will just be. Looks like he's having some tech problems. It'll just be me, Trevor, and Travis right now, but we will continue the conversation.
So, since I didn't get to say my video game most disturbing moment or whatever.
Yeah,
Or-
I noticed you didn't.
Oh,
get a chance to talk.
that's totally our bad. We're used to doing this with 3 people. We fail.
I'm sorry, Trevor.
I would have to say either Dead Space,
Ooh, that's a good one.
because it just honestly gave me the creeps 95% of the time I was playing it.
Well, even like you said, you told me while we were talking one day that you thought that if you play with no sound while your
Yeah.
wife was asleep, oh well, that'll be fine.
Yeah,
No.
You're still
you're-
freaked out to death.
basically what
that's
happened.
creepier.
Yeah, my I was playing without sound because my wife. We were living in a studio apartment, and my wife was sleeping very close to there, and I was right around the corner, so I was playing without sound. I was like, "This is probably creepy, so I'm going to turn it on with sound. It's probably not going to be as creepy with sound." I was wrong.
Totally wrong.
Very, very wrong.
I still never played the game.
Oh, yeah.
I think I just I
Late
think
at
I
night
might pirate
without
it or something. Unless it's on the Steam sale, like if there's a spring sale, or if I just wait till the summer sale, I might do that. But I may or may not pirate it. I'm not saying I will, but I might. But I got a lot of games to play through still.
But honestly, the most disturbing part of a game, a specific part, was probably no Russian.
Oh yeah, that's messed up. Travis, you know what we're talking about?
No,
Russian from Modern Warfare 2, where you like
oh no, I don't. I'm not.
You're basically, you are a U.S. agent who is infiltrating a Russian terrorist group, and you are sent into a Russian airport with a giant bullet hose, and you mow down innocent people in this Russian airport.
and you have to if you want
You have to.
want to. And the messed up part is that you have to end up fighting, I think it's some U.S. troops too. And you end up going in there, and Makarov, the ultranationalist guy, the terrorist guy,
The terrorist leader, he shoots you in the head and kicks you over,
no,
and
in
what-
the chest.
he'll-
The guy ends
What?
up all right.
he shoots you and you die. And
But the med squad comes in.
mm,
You see, his name's Alan something. You end up seeing him as an NPC later on in the game. You just can't play as him anymore.
but they blame the U.S. for
Uh,
the terrorist attacks.
Right.
It's just so. It's not the bloodiest thing I've ever played.
But it's
It's
just like
not-
messed
so
up. Like
it's just
seriously thinking
very-
about it.
The concept of it is just incredibly messed up, and the fact that they would actually put you in a spot to do that. And there's a disclaimer at the beginning. It says, "Do you want to go through this?"
Yeah, it says.
Who's gonna say no? Really? So, yeah, that's probably the most disturbing moment within a game.
Like, it came to the part where they almost had to take the game off shelves. That's how bad it got.
Oh, which brings me to one of our next topics in the outline. Violence in games, and whether it is to blame for all these psychotic nutbags going out buying guns and shooting people.
Nope. Next question.
Joe Biden actually called a conference shortly after Sandy Hook and had a bunch of CEOs from different video game companies, and the conference was over whether video games are to blame. It obviously is not that case. People have been shooting other people since there have been guns. It has nothing to do with video games. It has to do with people not teaching their kids, hey, don't shoot people. Duh.
Well,
And you know, shit's gonna happen. I mean, yeah, it sucks. Like, 26 kids died in a school at once because somebody shot them. But that many kids died in the next hour.
Yep.
And due to drunk drivers and various other car wrecks.
well,
So
just like, hey, if I play GTA, am I going to, out of nowhere, and sober, am I just going to decide, oh, I'll just, like, run people over on the sidewalk for no reason?
you can't drive.
No. You have to sleep with hookers and then let them out of the car, kill them, and then go take the money.
And then pull off a gay Tony. Do 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 do.
But it's not. Just like with the gun control. The gun control is not the issue. The issue, you don't pick up a gun and automatically become crazy. It is a fuel for the crazy people. It gives them more of an element of power, and they go out and they do these stupid things. It has nothing to do with video games.
Yeah, but whatever. The ESRB doesn't donate millions of dollars to politicians like the NRA does. So
That's bad.
what this one does.
Uh,
And I don't get like people who are like, well, we should do something about it. Well, you know what? That fight's been fought, and video games won that fight
well, just like
twice.
CISPA and everything, they're trying to start back up with the SOPA and all that. Like, you're not going to win against the internet. Not only does the internet have anonymous and such. Now, no, anonymous is a very touchy thing, but still, you're not going to win against the internet. There's too many of people on the internet just to even try to go against and try to pretty much censor the internet.
But the problem is, we had so many more rights 200 years ago. We're losing rights left and right. So, in 50 years, maybe it will have gone through. I don't mean to be Orwellian or anything like that, but it's possible. This has become gaming chat to political chat.
Yeah, we should probably switch back.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, it's my fault.
Oh, it's fine. It happens. I'm excited for the new Deadpool game.
I've not seen anything about this.
Oh, you gotta see the new trailer.
I fucking hate Deadpool. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you obviously...
And I'm leaving the call.
You obviously have never had tea time with Deadpool.
Haven't either.
No,
I mean, I'll be
haven't.
honest. I've read... I guarantee you I've read more Marvel books and more X-Men books than probably almost anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And at a certain point when they were doing Deadpool, they just turned him into the comic book equivalent of Lowell Random. And it got really fucking bad. It was really bad. Like, Lowell, he's doing things with salmon and clowns and pirates. Woo. Shut the fuck up. Like the early Deadpool stuff where he was like would do really like kind of clever fourth wall jokes and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
and was more satire instead of lol random crazy 14-year-old shit was good. After that, it wore thin.
Do you think they're gonna go with the random, or do you think they're
if you
gonna
look
go
at
with
the Deadpool trailer, like even if you just like search it up on YouTube, it's exactly what Travis is saying, and I'm somewhat fine with that because hey, I'm not as old as you guys, of course, but a lot of people, not only on the internet but myself, my age, find it funny. Ryan Reynolds also. Just looking right here, Ryan Reynolds says studio is reluctant to make a hard R Deadpool movie.
Which is what it would have to be. Like anything else, and it's a clown show.
Like if you can't make a R-rated Deadpool game, I mean not Deadpool game, but movie, don't even bother because that's just gonna be terrible.
right?
Yeah, because like
And Ryan Reynolds was pushing for Deadpool,
yeah,
real Deadpool.
let's not get started on the Green Lantern.
Hey, but
He was a terrible fit for that for Hal Jordan. I don't care what anybody says.
right. But I think I really think he could pull off Deadpool if he wasn't constricted like he was in X-Men Origins.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
They
see that.
really tied his hands. There are several interviews, per se, with him that talked about that, how they tried to create this Deadpool that was not really Deadpool.
Right, like if you're going to make a Deadpool movie, do it right. Don't do it crappy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Deadpool video game, like we haven't. We've seen somewhat looking with some gameplay elements, but we haven't seen like full on someone playing the game. I think there might be something going on with PAX East, and I'm hoping to see something. I am super excited to see what Capcom's going to announce on. Well,
Speaking of topical news, sorry to kind of interrupt it, but it just came to. I just realized it. The Walking Dead first-person shooter from Activision came out
oh yeah,
this week. Oh my God, is it terrible?
Like, no,
Is
someone
it?
literally did a speed run of it, and no, this game came out Tuesday. Someone beat the game within 50 minutes. Literally 50 minutes.
What?
The AI is so terrible. Like, I'll send you a link to the video. Like
Now you said 50 or 15?
50.
50.
Yes. Well, 49 minutes to be exact, but rounding it off.
That's terrible.
I'll send a link to you guys in the chat here. Let's see here. I think it's right around here.
But yeah, what that was kind of like, I remember that trailer for that game got leaked. Remember that? And everybody's like, this looks like complete garbage.
Turned
And
out
they're
to be
like,
fan-based.
and they were like, oh no, that's a fan project. That doesn't represent fun. And then they came out with another one, like, oh, and then that one was terrible.
I sent
and-
a link in the chat. You should be able to see it.
Cool, I'll check it out later. They were like, oh, it's pre-out. That's pre-release footage. So that, and I'm like, oh, come on. Don't buy the hype, man.
Yeah.
And their official reveal trailer was Norman Reedus coming out and saying, hey, I'm in the game. And everybody's like, where's the game?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah,
This
the
trailer-
AI looks terrible. It's terrible.
They're attacking a fence.
Yeah, they're attacking a fence, and the guy literally just goes about, enters the fence, and just, opens the fence, and zombies just come in and just attack the other side of the fence while the zombies are attacking one side, and he's just looking at it. Look, the AI is so terrible. It's just so bad.
And there's one running in place.
Like, I really hope this game tanks. Like, to tanks. I hope people
Yeah.
didn't buy this game.
And to be honest, I didn't even realize The Walking Dead Survival Instinct was out because they didn't really do much of a
Well,
launch
they-
trailer
they-
or
They knew it was garbage, and the money they would have to spend in marketing to make it,
Yes.
not look like garbage, or to like get sales that they would need to overcome the garbage hump. would have probably been too much, so they just like kind of dropped it on the market, kind of like a turd. So,
Yeah.
and speaking of turds, it looks like there's a rumor going around that the Wii U version of Alien Colonial Marines has been quietly canceled.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. Like, we don't need any more crappy titles for the Wii U, because the Wii U has gotten enough crap right now, just due to the fact that, like, there's a lot of third parties that have just, like, sort of backed off the Wii U because so many terrible third-party ports. Because everything's practically built up from the Xbox.
And honestly, that's what killed the Wii, was that so many, it was viewed as a kid's console.
Right,
And nobody took it seriously as a adult console, and then they try to come out with stuff like Mad World.
Well, Mad World, I could
Mad
never
World,
get into Mad World.
it was pretty bad.
Yeah, and it was a comic book with a lot of blood, and they thought, oh,
Black,
it's
white graphics.
it's going to be like Sin City, and all these adults are going to play it. No. Number one, it was really quick playthrough, and number two, it's very cartoony.
Yeah, one game that definitely deserves a adult's playthrough is Xenoblade Chronicles, and I must say, you know what time it is? It's Rhine time! I'm sorry, Travis.
It's what?
It's Rhine time.
If you've ever played Xenoblade Chronicles, you know what he's talking about.
Yep, never played it.
Well,
You should.
you'll have this, you have this character.
It's for the Wii?
Yeah, it's for the Wii.
Okay.
There's actually a petition going on to start making another release, like another manufacturer released for the game, because it came out last year in like April.
Yeah, it was April 2012.
And Trevor, if you don't already know, and some audience people might not know, it was originally just released in Japan and Europe and such, and that's when Operation Rainfall was made to actually create, well, not create, but port it over to the U.S. because there's a lot of JRPG players in the U.S. It's just they don't get noticed enough, just like Monster Hunter players.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I got my whole Rhine time. I actually play it on an emulator. I actually got I'm playing the PAL version of it because I can set it to a patch to where it does 30 frames a second from the 25 frames per sec. And since I play with a 360 controller as a gamepad on my emulator, on the Dolphin emulator, I can there's a patch I can use to use Xbox 360 layouts for the controller. It's pretty slick. Let's see what else we got here.
Did either of you play No More Heroes?
Yes.
I haven't. I've definitely watched gameplay of it. I back in X-Play's days, I watched it reviewed, not reviewed, but see like cheats of it, played all the time on G4. No More Heroes was that's one of the games we should put as a like sort of morbid game.
It was morbid in a Kill Bill sense.
I was surprised how much sexual references they were able to put in the game for a Wii game.
Why?
Once again, it's bloody. It was geared towards a more adult audience, and they were able to get away with that.
It just surprised me.
Didn't surprise me. Nintendo kind of dropped the whole prude thing in the SNES era. Like the only version, I don't know if anybody even know this game, but Dave Mirra's BMX was the GameCube version was the only one that actually had tits in it.
Really?
Yep.
That was a great game.
They were censored in the PS2 version.
I was happy to do that. I was happy to play that game after all of the Tony Hawks that came out. Everybody was all on skateboarding, and then Dave Mirra came out.
Wait, was it Dave Mirra? What? I don't know. It was some bike game it was like BMXXX or something.
Like Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball?
Kinda. Yes. I think it had Dave Mirra's name attached to it. I don't remember.
Need more boob physics.
Yeah. It's the only reason that they made that game.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
floppy boobs.
There's a Rage Quit episode from Rooster Teeth. Michael and everything who plays it. It's hilarious. Mark the Ninja Special Edition. I forgot to mention this to you, Trevor. Not Trevor, I mean Travis. Travis, do you know about the Special Edition of Mark?
I did not know about the Special Edition. Why don't you educate me?
There's not much known, but there's a trailer for it. Apparently it's adding new stuff, and rumors are going around saying that it'll be discount price for people who already own Mark the Ninja, and it seems it might be DLC. It's a sketchy topic, but I'm super excited because I'm actually doing a review of Mark the Ninja in the first week of April. I'm super excited for this. Mark the Ninja is probably my favorite stealth game of all time, and I've played a lot of stealth games. And it's a 2D platformer, and you're basically playing as a ninja. You have to sneak. You can't just like jump in and just like kill a whole bunch of people. You actually have to use tactics like throw a ninja blade at a light, turn off the lights, and it'll show how much far the sound goes, and to alert enemies and to like see what's going on. You can climb onto the walls. You can climb onto the ceilings at certain points, and to kill someone, you have to be behind them, or along with the game as you progress, you get abilities to like go behind objects and kill people, throw people in dumpster and kill them. It's really cool. Like, you can't just go in and just obliterate everyone. You actually have to think it very out. It's a great game. I'm super excited for whatever this is.
Cool.
And let's see here. We got. This is probably going to be edited out at one point for the silence.
Okay.
The Battlefield 4 website was launched. If anyone's interested in that, and I can.
I like Battlefield. I was really hyped for Battlefield 3, and I enjoy it. But with the way EA is going, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable. I'm super excited for BioShock Infinite.
Oh, for sure.
I like BioShock.
Yeah, well, I've still only played like 3 hours into the first BioShock. I have
What?
both BioShock games on Steam right now.
2, you can skip 2, but you got to finish the first one.
Too bad?
It's not as good.
Not as good, but it's not bad, right?
It's mediocre. I'll say that. It's not done by Irrational. It's done by who did they give that to?
Hey, Google it. BioShock 2.
Yeah, two.
Developed
two-
by 2K Marin,
Yeah.
2K China. Arcane Studios with the level design assistants.
You see what I'm saying? It's got the BioShock paint, but
Yeah, it's nothing special.
yes, you can. It's totally
I
skippable.
played some of the multiplayer in BioShock 2. That wasn't bad. It's just Game for Windows Live Spur killed it.
Yeah.
Games for Windows Live. Talk about a joke.
It's a bad joke.
It's the word. I wish that was an April Fool's joke. Like, I wish it, like, April 1st of this year, like, Microsoft said, "Oh, remember the games on Windows Live? Oh, that was just a joke," and just like take it off every single frickin' game, including Fallout 3.
Can you get a version of Fallout 3 without Game for Windows Live at all?
Maybe probably a pirated version.
No. Yeah, I guess.
I think that's the only way to do it. But I think we're gonna wrap things up here because I think we've been doing this for about a good hour and a half or so.
I think an hour 46.
Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood is calling my name.
Is that a Skyrim thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Trevor's been doing a recent playthrough on Skyrim.
Cool.
Well, we'll wrap things.
But my favorite Elder Scrolls game is still Morrowind.
Travis isn't actually a fan of the Elder Scrolls.
Not really.
Are you an RPG fan?
Yeah, but I don't like the way the Elder Scroll games are put together. It's just
Have you tried Morrowind?
yes.
Okay.
And Oblivion.
Okay.
Oblivion's faces were so puffed
Did you
out.
like Fallout 3?
Not as much as some people.
Okay. Skyrim is pretty much Fallout 3 with Oblivion.
Well, they borrowed all the pretty much all of the models and graphics from Oblivion to make Fallout 3.
Right.
I'm super excited for Fallout 4 to come out,
If it comes out.
just like Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
I really think that Half-Life 3 may be announced at E3 this year, just due to the fact that there's so much stuff going on with Valve.
If Half-Life 3 is announced this year at all, I will buy you a new release video game of your choice. That's how confident I am that will never happen.
You promise?
I swear to Jeeves.
All right, deal. That's a bet.
You heard it here, folks.
Here.
Super official betting going on here.
All right, because I really think it's going to come out in 2014.
I think it'll be announced like 5 days before it comes out, a la the Sega Saturn.
I don't think so.
Like I think the Steam store front page is just going to update one day, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we got this Half-Life thing. If you guys want to buy it."
Well, it'd be hilarious if, like, on the specials, like on the right side, it said like Half-Life 3 available now.
That would be awesome if it was just like buried somewhere and had been there for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that would be so epic. Like the internet would explode. Like the internet would not exist anymore due to the Half-Life 3 doing that happening.
All right. Well, like you said, it's about time for us to wrap this up.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. I guess yeah, we'll do this again. I'll be editing this probably tomorrow night or something like that, and it should be up Friday, Saturday at the latest, like always. Yeah, let's wrap this up. It was this is a good podcast. Unfortunately, Eli had to leave somewhat during like middle of the podcast, but stuff happens. But yeah,
It's because he hates you.
he hates me. He hates me so much,
So much.
so much.
So much.
He hates me so much. I'm a terrible person. All right. Well, I believe we are done.
Awesome.
All right. The Bit Parlor
Good
signing
riddance.
off.
Later.